What's up, guys? It's your boy Boss Welcome back to gaming.com. Back again with an unboxing, and this time around we have the ASUS. This is a brand new line of products from them, and this is the ProArt Z490-Creator 10G. So I'm reading it up, the label right here. So this is my first time actually seeing this thing, so I just took this out the box and just went straight to unboxing. And yeah, I didn't know what to expect because I totally avoided all of the leaks, all of the predictions of what's coming up. So I know they're going hard on the ProArt line, but I never expect they would go in on the component side. So does this mean that we will get to see a ProArt graphics card, or at least a Quadro or a Power Pro? I don't know. So anyways, there we have right there. So here we have the packaging. But first, we do have unboxing discussions of other C490 motherboards. Do check that out in our channel. And this one is one of the launch models for ASUS, and this is part of their, as I mentioned, ProArt line, and it's supposed to be artsy fartsy. So here we have those line designs and the box, but there's not a lot of other things going on, much like their other designs. So going over the packaging, we have the model name right there, ASUS on this side, model name over here, and words and things. And yeah, so the name is ProArt Z490-Creator 10G, suggesting that this might be using, or this will be using 10G Ethernet and creator, of course, because content creators are the big thing. And personally, I use the term multimedia professional, but content creator is the buzzword right now in the industry. So yeah, there it is right there. So let's get right into the content of the box. So opening this up, and there we have the processor. We'll discuss that in the future, since we can't reveal a lot of details about the processor itself, the performance. Those are yet to follow when the reviews come out. We're just allowed to unbox, so a bit of intro about what we're going to do. This is just an unboxing, so show you guys what's in the what's the layout of the board, and then what's inside the box. So going back, here we have the motherboard itself, but let's check that out after we take a look at the contents of the packaging. So here we have the manual, and then I got quiet a bit a while back then. It's like I saw the CD and holy shit, why are they still including CDs? I really don't get that. So moving right along, here we have the I/O shield, and that immediately screams poor judgment. You should have had a pre-installed I/O shield. So anyways, we have a M.2 SSD pad right there, and then we have this. I think this is a mount for the fan. This should have a fan right here, so we'll figure out if it includes it. Nope. So check that out. We'll confirm that's included. Anyways, it has this fan mount. So the reason I can tell it's a fan mount because it says so right there, fan holder, but the fan is not included. So if you check out our unboxing of the Extreme motherboard, this is included, but the fan is included as well. So anyways, we have 4 SATA cables right there. Just put it to the side, and we have a display port to display port cable, and I said display port to display port, just I should have said just a little short display port cable. So, and we have the 10G card right here. So really slim package, but this one is substantially it's like a little bit substantial. So 10G LAN card. They call it the Hyper 10G LAN card. So yeah, anyways, we'll take a look at the details about that in our full review. So that's pretty much it for the packaging. So we move on to the motherboard. And we did get a lot of questions about the static bag. So I had to put this, I had to include this in most of our unboxing, even if it's not the ROG. If you're not getting an ROG board that's not with the flip up packaging, with the high-end ones, you probably will get the static bag, but like this one. But yeah, for those things, nope. So here we have the motherboard. So I'll just put that to the side, and here we have the ASUS C490 ProArt Z490-Creator 10G. So a bit of background: ASUS ProArt is their content creator multimedia professional lineup. So at the beginning, it was comprised of monitors, fully built PCs that are specially built for content creators and multimedia professionals, and it's a mix of design that's supposed to accentuate like a little bit of elegance more than what we're used to for the gaming side. So anyways, the same goes for this motherboard, although I really don't like that they didn't have an IO shield or a pre-installed IO shield for this one. Like, even if they just like continued the shroud, like I don't know, like maybe there are specialized cases, or just they want to continue the just the elegant big boy styling or approach for this motherboard. Not really sure. So anyways, here we have the motherboard. So all black and a touch of copper gold right here and right here. So this is mostly the only other color differences that you may see in this motherboard. So purely black design. So we have this line styling on the heat sinks that continues to this heat sink over here. So PCH also follows the same styling. So yeah, anyways, this has 4 DIMM slots. So it supports, not too sure about the specs on this one. So we do have slides for the specs for this one, but I prefer to test these things first, just before we talk about the details. So I think this supports DDR4 4600 up to 4600. So most of you guys are probably using it anywhere around 3000 upwards, but anyone I think using 4000 upwards is really rare from my experience. I do recommend a high frequency memory for applications that demand that are more sensitive to those kinds of things. So we are introducing content creator benchmarks in our review. So we're gonna see which is which when we build that up. Anyways, going back to the motherboard itself. So this is an LGA 1200 motherboard. So this is not backward compatible with 9th gen. Yeah, but anyways, with 10th gen going up to 10 cores, we have a larger BRM right here. So power delivery is 12 plus 2. So we're not sure if this uses teaming or not. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, since that's an ROG thing. But anyways, we'll find out once we test this motherboard. So that's the power design. So the BRM is cooled by this heatsink. So it's really it's not that big, but it's quite substantial enough due to the density of the material they're using. So I think it probably will do well, but that would be put to the test once we have our flagship processor. So anyways, again, memory slots right there. So going over this area, so I was trying to look for if it has DIY buttons. It probably doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. So we have the power connector right there, and we have the front USB 3.1, 3.2 header over here, along with the USB 3. So I forgot to mention, this is just going to be an overview of the board, or I think I did mention it. So for those of you just skipping through and you're expecting us to discuss these things, some of the parts we can't talk about because it has details about the motherboard, so we can't share with you. I mean, it has details about the processor. We can share with you those information since embargo has not lifted yet. So, anyways, moving right along, we have the SATA ports over here, and over here at the lower side, you have the front panel header. So a bit more traditional in terms of overall connectivity in this motherboard. So if you're planning to do a content creator slash gamer slash aesthetic setup, this might not be your first choice. So going back to the board, we have an M.2 slot right here, and another one underneath this heatsink. So we'll check that out right now. So this is a good implementation in terms of the heatsink, but I do not like heat sinks or M.2 slots for that matter placed in between graphics card. I am just not a fan of the heat all building up in this area. Anyways, moving right along, we have the audio area right here. So we have Crystal Sound, which is probably an S1220. Again, not really a big fan of S1220. That thing has stuck with us since like 3 years ago. Anyways, moving over to the back where a lot more is happening, because not only do we get USB 3.2, we have Thunderbolt built right into the motherboard, and these things are really nice to have, especially if you're a content creator and you need direct attached storage, high-speed direct attached storage to your board, but you still need that to be mobile. You can connect any Thunderbolt NAS, Thunderbolt DAS to this one, and also daisy chain that with your displays, which is nice to have. And you have display port right here. This is what the cable. This is what the cable that is included is for. So if you're not using a discrete graphics card, you can use your internal one, connect it to your Thunderbolt, daisy chain it to your display. So that's pretty much it for this motherboard. Oh, I forgot to mention, for the built-in LAN, this is using Intel i225 2.5G LAN, which should probably support regular Cat5e. So anyone using your standard network, it should integrate just as well as your normal network. So no other devices needed unless you're using Thunderbolt. So Thunderbolt, you will need Thunderbolt cables as well as Thunderbolt devices. And that is pretty much it for the ProArt Z490-Creator 10G motherboard. So first impressions. First up, I really have to stress, since they are pursuing a motherboard that's more inclined about content creation, designing, they should have really chose to just included I/O shroud with the I/O shield integrated, just so they can cover up this area already. They probably had they were probably thinking they couldn't have a proper design, but this flat design would look really weird if they just flatten it out. But at the end of the day, once you pop this into the computer, it's already done with. Anyways, since it's a one and done deal, if you're gonna install this, it's just a nitpick on my end, but since all of their high-end boards are following that, which means this might not be part of their high-end line, which is sad. But yeah, anyways, it's looks to be a really functional board. For me, as someone who works with 4K videos, having Thunderbolt built in is really a godsend because it removes the need for me to install this 10G card and then another Thunderbolt card, which uses up a lot of my expansion slots, which I can use for my quadros or for my graphics card in general. And then sometimes I do use PCIe SSDs, especially the expensive Intel ones from the past that I used to have, since editing 4K video requires a lot of storage and a lot of really fast storage to really just smooth your workflow. Anyways, more experienced people will probably have more specific needs, more refined needs that one I can discuss. But for me, like, this works as it is. So yeah, aside from the aesthetic part that I was commenting before, this looks really usable. But again, performance is where it's at, and this is promising. This is promising a more performance-tuned content creation experience. So I will want to see that, especially when I use Intel's little OC thing, because I'm not a fan of OC in mission critical applications, but ASUS is using that in their marketing slides, which is something that I'm not really comfortable with. So that's something I would like to check out. Anyways, that is the ProArt Z490-Creator 10G Pro ASUS. Do check out our review when it drops at our website. It's backtogaming.com, and follow us at social media. It is Back to Gaming everywhere: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everything. So once again, this has been your boy Boss Mac of backtogaming.com. If you want to see more videos like this one, don't forget to like a video, comment video, and subscribe. Stay indoors, stay healthy, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.